Match game 74, production number 0211. It's take one. Get ready to match the stars. Greg Morris, Brett Summers, Charles Nelson Reilly, and Meara, Richard Dawson, and Ann Elder, as we play the star-studded Big Money Match Game 74. And now, here's the host of Match Game 74, Gene Rivers.
It looks like Digby Hotel.
Hello there. Welcome, one and all. We give a special word of welcome to Greg and Ann, who we haven't seen you in a long time.
Been a while.
You happy to be back?
Very happy.
We're happy to have you back. Happy to have your body back, too, anytime, my dear.
Oh, why, thank you, Mr. Raymond.
What would you like us to do with her head?
No, I was, the reason that I guess maybe those of you at home didn't see it, but the door opened and closed a couple of times. Well, the stagehand is back there telling me how he's going to take 4 months off from CBS this summer so he can go gold mining.
Is that a fact?
I said, how much you going to get? He said, I probably get a couple pounds of gold.
Really?
I got so interested, and then he all of a sudden starts pulling on the rope, and I said, not yet, I'll tell you when.
I have a question.
Yes.
I am sure a lot of the viewers know that you do needlepoint, don't you?
Yes, I do.
How long have you been doing that?
Couple of years.
Did you ever do anything like that before?
Never, doctor.
I will enter into evidence proof that this man has told a falsehood. He may not have done needlepoint, but many years ago, he did knit socks.
They're Argyle sons.
I did.
Can you explain that?
Yeah, I was knitting. There was a time in my life when I knitted, friends. I used to do an act in radio many years ago called Rayburn and Finch, and for a publicity thing, we started doing some knitting. We actually did some knitting. We did a morning radio show.
Now, this, of course, was shot in the early 20s. We have to thank our staff who helped us. Marguerite Mitzner, Arlington Heights. She sent us this photograph of it. Didn't she? But it's very nice.
Boy, did I have hair.
You did?
Yes.
I wish I'd known you then.
I thank you very much. Let's welcome our two players, shall we?
Sure,
Here's C.B. Farnsworth and Karen Anderson. CB's a current champ here. He's won a lot of money, $5,600. He's only won one game, but he went all the way, and he's very happy about that. He is a policeman. He is a policeman, and would you arrest that man over there, CB? Oh, and he's being challenged by Karen Anderson, and we've played one round, and there is no score. And we're going to find out what happens in our second and final round. What after we find out about
shut
this
up
message?
and do your knitting.
Okay. Here we go. I'll push a button, reveal the questions in our second and final round, and ask Karen to make a selection.
A.
CB is a policeman. She's married to one, right?
Right.
Okay. She didn't match anybody the first time around, so everyone participates in this. Jessica said, the only thing wrong with being married to a dog trainer is every night he tells me to blank. Jessica said that. Only thing wrong with being married to a dog trainer is every night he tells me to blank.
If I could ever learn how to spell, I'd be
nickel,
so
I know what you
thrilled.
wrote. And you I'm not so sure of.
I'm a good girl.
I know what you wrote. Okay, here we go. Karen Anderson. Jessica said the only thing wrong with being married to a dog trainer is every night he tells me to
sit up and beg.
Sit up and beg? Really?
That's a good wife.
Well,
That's a good wife, Gene.
With these people, I don't think you're going to score too much with that one. But let's find out. She said sit up and beg. Does your mind go that way?
Well, it's the same principle. It's called heel.
Heel. Heel. All right, Brett?
Every time Greg Morris does this show, I become more and more adamant about women's lib. He said, lay down.
Lay down.
And play dead.
All right. Yes, Charles.
Jessica's marriage was not going that well. He said, play dead.
Play dead. What little gem have you got to offer here? Have you forgotten how to play this game already?
Nada. I don't know anything.
Show and
Wrong.
tell. Come on.
Okay, bark. I said bark.
Bark.
Yes, because that's what I have to do for Jerry.
Oh, I see. Okay. How about you? You know how to play the game.
I certainly do. Well, first of all, he'd feel her nose to feel if it was warm.
I see.
Then he'd stop her chasing cars.
Yeah.
And then he'd say, heel.
Heel. No one's come to my answer yet. I hope you've got it, Ann. The only thing wrong with being married to a dog trainer is every night he tells me to...
Well, you see, their marriage was monotonous, so he said to roll over.
That's the answer! Let's hear it for the little girl! Okay. So, Karen.
Yes.
You didn't do anything with that, did you? I'm sorry to say. All right, CB, you know what that means? One match wins a game for you. You didn't match anybody in the first round, so everybody plays. Okay. Jane said, I can always tell when Tarzan's been out with Cheetah. He comes home with bananas on his blank. Are you glad you came back to us?
It's a thrill. It's a pleasure being here. It's wonderful people.
You know, always tell when Tarzan's been out with Cheetah, he comes home with bananas on it.
On his blank.
Today, Brett.
That's it. All right. Top tier is ready, and the bottom tier is ready. So, CB, Jane said, I can always tell when Tarzan's been out with Cheetah. He comes home with bananas on his...
Breath.
Breath.
Oh, my God.
It's called banana breath.
It's what? What's
It's called
that?
banana breath.
Banana breath, huh? Does that mean that Tarzan and Cheetah were...
They're sharing banana.
Oh, they were sharing a banana. You're too funny for a cop. Okay, Greg.
Well, they imbibe in strange things in the jungle, so I said breath.
Banana breath wins the game. All right, what's everybody else got up there? Congratulations. Well, so CB has done it again. You stand by for a moment or so while we say farewell to Karen Anderson. I'm sorry to see you go, Karen. You're a pretty attractive lady, a marvelous contestant, a gift for you backstage. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. I've had a ball.
Good. Bye. Okay, you're going to have another go at the Big Money Super Match, but first this message. All right, here we go with C.B. Farnsworth again. We call him C for short. And he's ready to have another go at the Big Money Super Match here. You know how this goes? You ready?
Ready.
Okay, we polled a recent studio audience, and we got their best response to this. Man of blank. Now, the answer they gave most often is worth $500 to you if you match it. And if you match the next one, it's $250. If you match a bottom one, it's $100. Little help is allowed. Which ones do you choose?
Lucky Richard.
Lucky Richard. Man of
La Mancha.
Man of La Mancha. Long-running Broadway show.
And Charles.
Charles.
Man of War.
Man of War.
And Greg.
Greg, did you say?
Yes.
Greg. What do you say? Man of
the Hour.
Man of the Hour. Okay.
Man of the Year.
Got a light sprinkling of applause on that, Greg. Okay, so you got Man of the Hour,
turn on you quickly.
Man of War, and Man of La Mancha. You may choose one of those, C, or give us one of your own. What do you want to do?
I'll go with Charles on Man of War.
Olden times, though, CB. Good luck. We'll see what happens.
Man of War. Probably the greatest horse that's ever lived. We'll find out if it's up there, and if so, where.
We're
First,
happy with it.
may we see the $100 response? Man of the Year.
Probably the greatest year that ever lived.
That's right. All right, we're looking for Man of War. Here's the $250 response. Man of War it is. You didn't trust him.
Okay.
What do you think's up there under the $500? La Mancha? Faccia la finestra. All right, let's find out what's under there. Here's the $500 response. And of the
No, he said Lucky Richard, then he picked me. I don't understand.
Something's wrong
It's
there.
the Russian spelling of
Mancha.
La Mancha.
We're very poor.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
Now,
I know,
you've
Mancha.
won the $250. That means you play for 10 times that amount, or $2,500. To collect, you have to match one celebrity. Which one will it be?
Is Richard still talking to me?
Sure, he's okay.
Richard again.
Okay, Richard, you get ready to write. CB, you face me. Here is the $2,500 question. Never blank. Never blank. Okay, now, see, what answer would you come up with now in order to match Richard on this fill-in? Never blank.
Never on Sunday.
Never on Sunday. That was a movie, wasn't it?
Yes.
Has nothing to do with you personally.
No.
Okay. Now, Richard, for $2,500, it's show and tell time.
I don't know. I instinctively went for one word, never mind. So I hope you're not going to be cross.
You thought of never mind?
Yeah, but I wrote on Sunday.
Never mind. $8,450. Okay, congratulations. How do you feel, CB?
A lot richer.
Feel a lot richer. Well, you are a lot richer. You got to play another game, and you may be more rich. Here comes Carol Bauer. Hello, Carol.
Hi.
All right. Carol, you know CB? Yes. How are you?
I'm fantastic, actually.
You are fantastic.
Yeah, a little nervous, but
As this thing was rolling around, I said to myself, that girl is fantastic. Where are you from and all that?
I'm from Lancaster, north of town here, and I work for NASA as an engineer
What kind of engineer are you?
and aerospace.
You're an aerospace engineer. Where'd you go to school?
I'm originally from the Midwest. I went to the University of Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have degrees in math or something like that?
Engineering.
Engineering degree.
That's right.
Well, good luck here, Carol.
Got more women in engineering.
More women in engineering. Aren't there many of you?
No, very few. Only 250 this year.
In the whole country?
Graduating.
That's rotten. There ought to be more women engineers.
Should be more women everywhere, period.
That's right. Here, here.
I'm sick of seeing you guys around here.
Engineer lady, shall we begin? Which one do you want, A or B?
A.
A, she
A.
says. All right, everybody plays. Here's the engineer's question. Sherlock Holmes said, "My dear Watson, how'd you expect me to solve this case with you sitting on my blank?"
I love your British accent.
This is my dear Watson. How do you expect me to solve this case with you sitting on my blank?
What's so funny?
Nothing, Carol. Sherlock Holmes said, "My dear Watson, how do you expect me to solve this case with you sitting on my
Magnifying glass.
magnifying glass?" That's the first answer that came to my mind, too. Let's see if it came to anyone else's mind. Greg? Would I lie to you?
You're crazy.
Go ahead.
You know?
Tallulah, stop laughing and let Greg show his answer.
Well, I was watching Charles over there contemplate, so I said pipe.
Pipe. Oh, yes. Yeah, they had the big,
Yes, with a hook.
I can't tell you how sure I was I had it this time.
Oh, really?
Because I'd always heard a lot of funny stories about what's his name and what's his name. I put lap.
Really? Charles?
So that this mission shouldn't be a total impossibility, I put magnifying glass.
How do you feel about Sherlock Holmes?
I feel warm and tender. I do.
Good.
He's a wonderful human being.
And Watson?
Oh, strange.
Strange,
Igor-like.
yeah.
But warm-hearted.
Yes, and how about playing the game?
I'm so sorry for what I did. I can't tell you. I put violin. Yes, he did. He took heroin and played the violin.
Who?
Sherlock Holmes.
He
That's
carried
a
a
true
violin.
thing.
Ask the Englishman if he carried a violin.
I think you'll find he had a great ear for music. That certainly, if he sat on the violin, he would not.
Yes, he was an addict.
Okay, my dear Watson, how do you expect me to solve this case with you sitting on my violin? She said, magnifying glass. What has he said?
I always say, stick with the engineer, magnify.
Okay. How about you, Ann Elder, with the pretty gossamer flimsy dress?
Thank you. Well, Charles Nelson Reilly said because, that they would have a mission not impossible. I said so their mission would be possible, and I wrote lap.
Okay, so that's 2 for you, and your question is yet to come. But first, before anything happens, we've got a little message for you. This is it.
Today's consolation prizes are Mr. Coffee and Joe DiMaggio. Brew a great cup of coffee in just seconds, Mr. Coffee. And a supply of Golden Dip. Quality meat, seafood, and chicken deserve this fine breading, not leftover crumbs you can bake or fry with Golden Dips. And a supply of Tropicana, the 100% pure orange juice, the orange juice from fresh oranges from Tropicana. Match game 74 blasts off again in 1 minute.
Yeah, I remember.
Here we go. Second half of round 1. Ready? All right, this is for you, CB. Everybody plays. We have a TV guide listing for you.
Oh.
Remember those? TV... Whoops.
Oh, that's smooth.
I had a TV guide listing for you.
Honey, you're just like silk.
Here it is. Tuesday night, CBS, Cannon. Cannon goes to a Hawaiian luau and gets a blank stuck in his mouth. That's the TV guide listing. Tuesday night, Cannon. CBS. Cannon goes to a Hawaiian luau and gets a blank stuck in his mouth. You watch Cannon, he's good, isn't he? Yeah. He's been renewed, hasn't he?
He likes you.
Everybody ready here? Charles.
I don't know.
Oh, Charles has been up all night. You can't expect him to be able to play the game, too.
Why were you up all night, Charles?
Doing good deeds.
Don't believe everything she said because she got a new hairdo.
CB, a TV guide listing for you. Tuesday night, CBS, Cannon. Cannon goes to a Hawaiian luau and gets a blank stuck in his mouth.
Apple.
Think that's good? I really don't know about this because I have never been to a Hawaiian luau or any kind of Polish luau or any kind in my whole life there. What do you say,
And we
Greg?
don't have them in my neighborhood, baby.
Well, we don't. I'll bet you could if you wanted to there. Show us the answer there.
He said lay.
Got a lay. Okay, Brett, apple is the answer.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if that policeman's going to be so funny when he hears pineapple.
Pineapple.
Of TV series, did you hear about the new one?
No.
Pat Hingle is C.B. Fongsworth, Private Eye. I put canoe or kayak.
Canoe or kayak?
Well, he's got a big mouth cannon. He's very large.
Yes, he has.
And apple has nothing to do with Hawaii.
That's right. And how about you?
I did the very legitimate thing, and what I thought would be a lay.
A lay. Got a bunch of flowers stuck in his mouth. Richard?
Well, Cannon's very large.
He is large.
I know every week they put an air hose in his mouth, a universal, but I put apple.
Okay. And?
Yes, I know. I said that he put the wonderful lay in his
The lay. That's a typically Hawaiian answer. All right, so at the end of round 1, the score is 2-1, and we're going to pause here and deliver a little message to you, and you come right back. We really don't have time for another question, I'm sorry to say. We've got to stop right here.
Well, let's have an answer.
No. We'll pick up with round 2 next time with both of you, Carol and CB, okay? Look forward to seeing you. You were all splendid as usual.
Thank you.
Listen, I want to point out to all of the Jerry Stiller and Meara fans that they will be doing a play this summer in stock called The Prisoner of Second Avenue. And they'll be doing it in many, many places.
Couldn't you write to their fans personally rather than labor us with this?
No, you don't have to plug. You don't have to plug it. We'll come over to everyone's house for dinner. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Give you tickets.
That's much nicer.
No, but you're doing it in the Playhouse in the Park in Philadelphia.
And later
And
on.
also you're doing it for Ron Rawson in Cohasset, Mass.
It's South Shore, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
It's near Boston.
He's an old friend of mine.
Are you
Well-
trying to get back in with him? Is that what you mentioned?
No, I've turned down to him
I'd like
all
to
the
mention
places.
my Uncle Harry, who hasn't been heard of for quite a long time. He's a wino. He drank furniture polish and died. A sad end, but a beautiful finish. Thank you, fellas.
All right, Gene Rayburn here from Match Game 74. Join us next time. Thank you, bye.
This is Johnny Olson speaking for Match Game 74. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. Stay tuned for Tattletales next over most of these CBS stations.